Welcome to the Brahma Kumari's Meditation Museum in Virginia, a place where we can pause, reflect, and reconnect with ourselves. My name is Rashima, and I'm thrilled to welcome you all here today. Before we begin, may I ask how many of you are visiting the museum for the first time today? Wonderful, welcome. We're so excited to have you here with us today. And we hope today's experience leaves you feeling inspired, uplifted, and eager to join many more of our programs. So today's special presentation is Positive Thinking for a Life of Purpose. Every meaningful change in our lives starts with a single thought. Our thoughts influence how we feel, how we respond to challenges, and ultimately the direction our lives take us. We're honored to welcome our special guest, Anju Gupta, an educator and motivational speaker who is passionate about helping individuals recognize their inner strength and unlock their highest potential. Today, Sister Anju will guide us on a journey of self-realization as we explore one of our greatest and most powerful assets, our thoughts. So please join me in giving a warm and enthusiastic welcome to Sister Anju Gupta.
Thank you, Rishima, for a warm welcome. So as she has already introduced me, I'm Anju Gupta and I will be a speaker for today's session. And I really feel honored to have this opportunity to explore this very important aspects in our lives, positive thinking. Why it is so close to my heart is that I was always instilled with positivity from my parents since childhood. So, like many of you, I also had days where I felt nervous, I felt stressed, things didn't go as planned. But I'm fortunate that my parents always guided me towards the right mindset, the positive mindset. So, growing up, so as I said that my parents have always instilled positivity. I have many, many experiences and many incidents. And when I look back and sit and recollect them, they all contribute towards strengthening my positive mindset. So one such experience before starting the session, I would like to share from many of my incidents how positivity or the positive mindset, or you call a right mindset, has become a part of my life. So I was about to present one of my first research paper in my first international conference. And since it was my first research paper, I was very young and I was so nervous. I was having all the doubts and I was so anxious and I was worrying how my paper will go because it was an international conference and it was in India, but all the people were coming all over the world from US, from Canada, from Japan, from Paris. So that's why it was a very, very big conference and I was supposed to present my first research paper. So since all the emotions, feelings were flowing, and so I went to my dad and I expressed my feelings, how I was feeling, my emotions and all. The first thing he asked me, "Isn't this your own research work?" And I said, "Yes, it is my own research work." And then he said, "Then why are you self-doubting? It is you who owns it. Just go and present. You will do fine." And that very sentence, it might feel like a small incident, but that very small positive affirmation from him right away changed my mindset. My anxiety changed to calmness. My nervousness just faded. And I started working on my presentation. without any fear and without any worry. Because his that sentence, oh, you own it. Why are you self doubting? So the self doubt emotion changed to self confidence. And I did really, really well. I mean, I'm not boosting myself, but I did really well. And I was really appreciated by all of the people who attended that conference. I got so many compliments and everything. So from then, the belief of having a right mindset when you are feeling more anxious, more nervous, has played an important role. And that has stayed with me as part of my life. So when someone says, oh, I can do it, it will not happen. Oh, before even going into that thing, someone says, oh, this is not going to happen. I just do not like it. I said, just have patience, have confidence in you, do your best, and the result will follow. Why you start or why you manifest that it is not going to happen. So that negative thought, you should hold on. So growing up, I was also introduced with Brahma Kumari's teaching through my parents, and those teachings have even enhanced my thinking. And I'm so fortunate that I met Sister Jana 20 plus years back, and we are still living in the neighborhood. Not the neighborhood, I would say. We live in Maryland, little far, but we are still in the connection with her, who is a spiritual leader, you all know, who is a director of the Meditation Museum. Her vibes and aura are so peaceful and so relaxing and so positive that whenever I'm around her, I feel relaxed. And I'm sure most of you must be having the same kind of feelings when you are around Sister Jana. So when she expressed her wish of giving a talk on positivity, I couldn't say no, because this topic is very close to my heart, and I wish to inspire, help as many people as I can and spread the positivity. And that's where I'm here in front of you, exploring this very important concept or the subject in our life. So we move further. So how the today's session is being aligned today. So we are going to go deep in the subject, like understand the basic of what is positive thinking, how our inner self works. And once we understand that, then only we can practice easily the ways to stay positive. And we will do some of the thought exercises, and we will end with a meditation and the closing remarks. So today's session, we are going to cover the subject in depth, not just as a concept, though we will start understanding the concept, because if you do not understand the concept, you are not able to practice it easily. So we will start with going in depth to understand the concept, but we will end with the practical tools or the ways we should practice that can transform our thinking process and that can transform our life's challenges, ups and downs. So that's how today's session is being aligned. So what is positive thinking? When we say positive thinking, what do you think? What comes to your mind? Optimistic, right? Not negative. What do you mean by not negative? Different perspective. Mm-hmm. Gratefulness. Yes. Yes. Believe that things can happen. Huh? Hope. Yeah. Huh? The glass is half full, the way of looking at it, right? Yes. So every one of you do have an idea what is positive thinking, right? So let's go deep into it and break it down so that we can understand how we can change our thinking process to stay positive. So as you said, optimistic. So what it means is you're approaching challenges or difficult circumstances through optimistic and constructive way. And what that means is, say something didn't go as planned. You are not getting stuck with that. Oh, this didn't go. I didn't do it. I'm a failure. I am not good at it. So instead of getting yourself stuck on those negative thoughts, what you're going to be transforming your thoughts to that, oh, okay, this happened. It is past now. Let's see how we can grow, we can move further. Now, you may not get the best result or the best approach, but you will get something, a way to deal that situation. So unless you are optimistic, you're not going to be thinking how to deal with that situation, correct? So that is one thing of what is positive thinking. Now, when we say that you do not get stuck in that situation, what you are at that moment, you want your mindset to help you to grow. What it means, again, that don't get stuck with that. Don't be harsh on yourself. Oh, I'm always a failure. Oh, this never works with me. Is that mindset helping you to grow? No, it is not helping you to grow. So you have to make a pause and change your thinking process, that train your mind that, yes, I have to look for the ways that will help me to grow. I will learn. I will not quit. So that is what the mindset that helps to grow. And when you have the mindset that helps you to grow, what is very important in that? That you are emotionally balanced. Your negative emotions, which are weighing you down, should not overpower or should not completely take control of the situation. So that is very important to stay positive, that your emotions should be balanced. You do not allow your negative emotions to guide you, to overpower you. And for that, what you can do, how you can do that thing, you focus on the goods around you, because that will distract you from what is not working to what is good about you, yourself, and what is good around you. So you are focusing on the good things. You are not magnifying the negative feelings or the negative emotions. So all these things are contributing towards your positive mindset. Do you all agree with that? Mm. So we see that the situation, in same situations, two people react differently, right? One may be calm, one may be nervous, one may be fearful, one may be, it's okay, we will work out, right? So is the situation changing your mindset, or is it you who is changing your mindset? It is us. So situation is just becoming as a stimulus. So you do not have to give power to the situation to overpower your negative things, right? So we see that for staying positive, we need to change the mental attitude, correct? So it's a inner self. We need to change our inner self. We pay more attention to our physical body. Do you have an idea of how to look inside? So what is inner self? What is the cycle of inner self? Unless we understand what goes inside us and how it transforms us from the negative to the positive, then only we can, apply the correct exercises, correct? So what is inner self? What do you mean by inner self? Body reacting. How? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Any other thoughts? Your inner self is thoughts. Any other sharing? Your authentic self. Yes. And what do you mean by authentic self? Correct. Yes. So, any other thoughts on inner self? The soul. Okay. Hmm? Yes. So, the inner self is basically an ongoing process through which your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your beliefs, your experiences continuously influencing one another. That is all what is going inside you, right? Your thoughts, how you're feeling, your belief system, right? Or what you are experiencing. All these together are influencing one another. So the inner self explains that how we react inside eventually is going to shape our outside life, because they all are interacting one another, influencing one another, and that's how our outside life is being shaped. So that is basically an inner self. Now, we need to learn or understand what is the cycle of inner self, because it's a mental attitude. We need to change the mental attitude. That means we need to change our mind state. We need to exercise our mind. We do the physical exercise, but we do not look inside us, right? We are always focused on making the outside body functional, beautiful, you know, healthy. But do you take time to look inside your mind? We probably do not pay much attention to look inside. So that is very, very important. So as you all said, that inner is what? Thoughts, isn't it? So thoughts are the beginning of every creation. You all agree with that, isn't it? Whatever thought comes, with that thought, feelings and emotions emerge, right? Now, the feelings and emotions in turn gives the action, that what action you will be performing at that time, isn't it? So thoughts are basically a chain reaction. So thought came, you have the feeling or emotion, and immediately you react on it. Correct? So thoughts are basically the seeds. These thoughts are emerging your feelings and emotions, and they are projected on your mind. Okay. So your mind is becoming a garden, right? We say that what we think, that's how we become. Correct? So, for example, if I say, I start with a thought, oh, today is going to be a very good day, fun day. So, what feelings are coming to me? The feelings of happiness. And when that feeling is coming, what action I will be doing? I will be looking for the activity which is going to give me happiness. I will plan some activity which is like I like to do, and it is going to give me happiness. Now, what if, say, it is raining? Yesterday it was raining, right? If someone says, oh, it is such a gloomy weather, I cannot go out, I cannot do anything. What kind of a feeling it is giving you? The sadness, isn't it? That I can't do anything, I can't go out. Now, with that kind of feeling, what action or reaction will be coming? You will become lazy. You will not feel like to do anything because that feeling is coming. Oh, I can't do anything. It is so gloomy. I wanted to go out, all those things. But if you change the thought that, okay, it is raining, I cannot go out, but I can still have fun time. I can stay at home. I can spend time with my family. I can do something together. If I like to bake, I can bake. I can watch a movie. I can play some board games or something like that. And then I will start looking for the activities at home itself, which is going to give me happiness. So you see that small shift in the thought itself has transformed your gloomy day to the happy day. So thoughts work as a chain reaction, and the thoughts are the feelings and emotions are emerging in your mind, and that is your garden. Do you want your garden to be beautiful, or you want your garden to be full of weeds? Right? You want it to be beautiful, isn't it? Right? So the other thing is, every thought which comes to you gets stored in the subconscious layer, deep down. Have you heard someone say, oh, consciously I would never hurt or do this kind of a thing. I don't know why I reacted like this. That is a subconscious thing, right? So subconscious is like, that we have something from earlier event or the things that we have not come terms with keeps popping now and then. And they result in emotional outburst. Does this happen to any one of you? Right? Because those thoughts are already stored in your subconscious mind. When you react with conscious mind, you will not act the way you acted, right? You say that, oh, I should not have reacted after the fact. But why you acted like that? Because those thoughts are already stored in your subconscious mind, and when the situation arises, it results in the emotional outburst. Correct? So what do we do? So subconsciousness is becoming a soil to your those old thoughts. Do you want to give that soil to the old thoughts, or you want to give the soil to the new, better thoughts? The new ones, correct? Right? So we need to break this inner cycle of ours. And how to break that inner cycle is that we need to bring intellect in. And what is intellect? Intellect is logic, reasoning, analyzing, judging. We need to make our intellect strong, that it should be able to convince the mind that next time that situation arises, I do not wish to go back into my old pattern. Okay? Because mind is under the influence of all those old patterns, right? It is not going to give up easily. So you have to make your intellect strong. You have to, when that situation arises, you bring your intellect, pause, and tell mind that, no, this is not right for me. This is not giving me happiness. This is hurting me. And when you again and again will be controlling or managing your mind not to go to your old beliefs or old patterns, then it becomes easy for you to practice and stay in a positive mindset. So what you are doing, you are starting a dialogue between mind and intellect. You are starting a dialogue between heart and head. You are starting a dialogue between your feelings and reasoning. Should I? Shouldn't I? Correct? So when you are doing that, that also is getting stored in our memory bank. So what you are doing, you are overriding the old patterns by your new, better alternatives, which are going to help you to stay in the right mindset. So the soul consciousness, which was working as a soil for the old patterns, now is going to nourish the new pattern. Now, it doesn't come right away. It's not easy. It's not that after you leave this room, you say, oh, I will be positive all the time. No, it's an exercise. Not easy to break the habits, but you have to take that first step. So, like, we went on hiking and I said, oh my gosh, this is so long, like 3 miles hike. If I just keep thinking that and I do not start, how am I going to reach to that? Or how am I going to complete that hike? I have to take a step. You have to do the baby steps. Once you are on the right path, that is what is most important thing. Once you are on the right path, then sooner or later, you will reach your destination. So for the positive thinking, keeping your mind in a positive state, what you have to do, you have to take the baby steps. You have to go to the right path. First step is the hardest, yes. So that is what we have to do. Once you have taken that step, there is no way that you can go to the other direction. It will take time. Like you will pause, you will sit, then you walk, but you will reach there. And if you are halfway through, you feel so happy because this is what recently happened. We took the national parks trip and it was Arches Park and it was 105-degree temperature. And the ranger said that, no, we are not recommending you to take that hike. And then we look into the temperature of that day, it was not going down. So I told my husband, okay, let's just go. This is the first thing. We are fresh in mind. We are fresh physically. Let's just do it. And we did it in 1.5 hours, even though it was not recommended, because you made that choice. And that choice has given you the strength to reach to your destination. So that first step, someone can help you, but it is you who have to take that step. You cannot just lean on someone to walk me to that. Someone can take you to the point and guide you that this is where you start and then take your journey. And this is what we are doing the session for. But then you have to take that step. Okay. So now, since we have understood the inner cycle, how it works, what we have to do to stay positive, we need to break in the cycle. That means we need to make our intellect strong. Now, there are many defensive like mechanism, right? For some, one style works, for others, the other style works. So you need to identify that what triggers negativity. Identify the area, say work, say commute, say relationship, whatever it is. Then you focus on that how I should deal with that. Because for everyone, it's a different mechanism. Correct? So we are going to now move on to learn or explore the tools or the ways which will help us to stay positive. Okay. Now, all the tools and the ways which I will be showing up here, they may not be new to you, but I hope and wish that it will give you some new idea that will make you aware of your own inner core, which is being hidden beneath you. And that will trigger you to take that path. Okay. Okay. So the first and the most important is set a positive goal. Now, what we mean by this and how it is helpful, what it does, how we should do it. So let's first understand this thing, like why we need to set a positive goal. So without any goal, without any, focused goal or well-defined goal, a person just drifts through life. Much like a ship without a rudder, directionless and at the mercy of changing winds. So as the rudder guides the ship to its course, the well-defined focused goal is going to show you the direction to the journey. It will instill belief in your ability to achieve. It will focus on the growth. It will enhance motivation. It will steer actions and will shape decisions. So having a goal has so many benefits, right? Now, the goal can vary from any of these or other than these as well. You can have a personal growth goal. You can have a career growth goal. You may have a physical goal, what you would like to achieve, health and fitness. You can have a financial goal. You can have a relationship goal, or you can have combination of any of these goals, or maybe something other than that. Now, you need to start with small steps. Okay. So say I have a personal growth. My personal growth is that I would like to gain knowledge. I want to be upskill with the changing technology, right? So I would like to read. I would like to read 20 minutes a day. Okay. So when I'm setting that goal, I need to keep in mind that that goal should motivate me. And what is the motivation in that of that goal? That I'm learning, I'm gaining knowledge. And that's why I'm doing it. I cannot finish the whole book in a day, right? That means it has to be realistic. It has to be achievable. Now, this is my goal, and so this is relevant to me. So when you are deciding your goal, it should be relevant to you, meaningful to you, and it should be constructive. Say I have a financial growth. So if, my husband wants to retire, we have to set, okay, 10% I'm saving for my retirement so that I can retire easily. Correct? So I have that goal. Say physical health fitness goal. I want to stay healthy. So my motivation is to staying healthy. For that, what should I be doing? I should do exercise, walk, do cardio, pay attention on my diet, all those things. So those things, because if I stay healthy, that is motivating me, correct? And whatever goal you have, whether it is professional aspiration or your personal, at the end of that goal, it should give you inner happiness. That is the most important thing. You need to decide that this goal, you are doing it for yourself. And when you are doing it for yourself and when you achieve that goal, you feel happy. Correct? You all agree with that? Right? So, setting a positive goal is very, very important because I have seen people, they just have nothing to do and they just feel lazy, and then in turn they feel sad, they feel frustrated, like that. So it's not that what is you have to have a goal of, oh, I have to become a CEO of this company. No, it's not that. You're starting with a small, small thing which is meaningful to you at the moment and which is achievable, and it is giving you motivation. I have one of my friends, she is very health conscious and very freaky about it. She has to go to gym every day. If she doesn't go to gym, she feels so sad. Even though she will achieve everything, she will say, okay, Anju, no, let me go to gym and finish my workout and then we will do something else. So her motivation is staying healthy and she wants to achieve that first, and that is relevant to her. Okay. So you need to decide what is relevant to you, what it is realistic, and how it is motivating you. So that is what setting a positive goal means. Once we have set a positive goal, what do we do in return? We do self-talk. If we are not doing self-talk, we should start doing self-talk. One is doing the self-reflection at the end of the day, right? That is, okay, today my goal was I have started learning piano and I'm not that good at it. I need to practice a lot. So I'm setting my goal to devote maybe 30 minutes in practice. Now, when I do the practice, I really feel happy. When I do not practice, I am angry on small, small things because back of my mind is that I had that goal and I didn't do that thing. So at the end of the day, becoming not harsh to yourself or criticizing to yourself, become compassionate to yourself. That it's okay, you couldn't do it, but that doesn't define you. Okay, there was a deadline, you didn't meet the deadline, but you are capable of, right? Okay, you didn't talk properly, you shouted, or you ended up in an argument. Do the self-talk. Oh, no, I can do better. I should listen. I should understand. I should not, misunderstand. So whatever goal you have set for you for a day, for a week, for months, every day, if you do the self-talk or do the self-reflection in that process, you should be self-compassionate. You should not be harsh on yourself. You should keep giving positive affirmation to yourself that, okay, that's fine. Tomorrow is a fresh start. Whatever happened, it happened. I didn't meet this deadline. It's okay. I will manage my time. I didn't respond nicely. I will pause and I will think and I will give respect and I will respond. I can do that. That doesn't define me. Correct? So, what it is doing, it uplifts you. So, if you have a failure, you are not quitting. You will say that, okay, this was challenging, but I did my best and I will be able to do better next time, one step at a time. So it is giving you self-confidence. It is uplifting you. It is enhancing your motivation as well. And you are starting to love yourself. That is very, very important. Because if something doesn't work out with you, you cannot blame, you may be blaming, but you become harsh on yourself. You do not have to be harsh on yourself in the process. You have to promote self-love. You need to do the acceptance. So the setting a positive goal is combined with the self-talk. So these two are very, very important to have your right mindset. Okay. The next one is the gratitude. That is, we should be thankful for what we have. We should not always complain, saying, oh, this person drives this car, I don't have this. At least you have a car to go from one place to another place. Correct? Isn't it? So what it does is it shifts your focus from lack to abundance. You're not focusing on your negative things, on the things which you do not have. And that gives, in turn, the contentment. You feel content. Now, content is not that having everything. It is appreciating what you have. So when you start appreciating the good things or the things you are thankful for, then what you are doing in turn, you're looking the good around you. Remember, positive thinking is what? Focusing on good things, correct? So you are looking, good things around you. You are looking the kindness around you and you are spreading the kindness. When you are spreading the kindness, what you are achieving yourself? When you happiness, you achieve happiness. And when you are happy, your mind is peaceful and you can think positively. When you are nervous, don't we say that? Take a deep breath, calm yourself. The solutions will come. Correct? So, how to do that? Write one or two things every day you are thankful for. Say, I had a very bad day at work and I'm closing my day and I'm all stressed and, not feeling good about it. But I will shift that thought of stress and not a good day to, oh, now I will go home. I'm thankful that I have a very good family at home waiting for me who will help me to relax this stress or will deal with how to deal with this stress. So I'm thankful for that. When I'm thankful for that, I have reduced my stress level, right? I'm feeling bored. I have good friends. I'm calling one of my friends. Oh, are you free? Can we go out for a walk? And she agrees. And I said, I'm so thankful that she made my day. I have good friends. I may not have 100 friends, but I'm thankful of that I have few friends whom I can call at any time whenever I need them. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my neighbors. So one incident happened long time back when I was mowing my yard and my lawnmower didn't work and I was struggling to start that one. So my neighbor was outside and he said, "What happened? Do you need any help?" And I said, "I don't know. This is not working." And he came and he fixed it. So I'm thankful for that. So when you are thankful for these small, small things, you are seeing the kindness around you. You are not magnifying the negative thoughts. You are looking and focusing on the good and you're spreading that kindness. And when you spread, we say that we cannot change, right? Others. We can only change ourselves. So when you are spreading happiness or you are spreading kindness, the other person is receiving it. Sooner or later, he will also start practicing that, correct? And that's how the society will change, right? So that is the gratitude. And you should keep a journal onto this, and every day you read it at the end of the day, and what it helps you to focus only on good. And every day you add one more thing you are thankful of. And that way you are filtering your negative thoughts. So this is a very, very good practice to follow, to keep your mind in a right mindset, positive mindset. Okay. So the next one is the mindfulness. Now, what is mindfulness? Being aware. Any other thing? In the moment. So mindfulness is that you are present at the moment. You are engaging yourself here and now, right? Like if you're going for a walk, instead of dwelling in your past or worrying for the future, you enjoy your walk, your nature. Many times you go on walk and we start thinking, oh, this is what happened the other day. Oh, this he did this or she did this. And am I enjoying the walk? No. Am I enjoying the nature? No. I'm dwelling in my past and that is becoming my present and that will shape my future, right? When you eat food, many times nowadays, because we all have phone, we look for, okay, what is on social media? We are not paying attention on what we are eating. The food may be good, but you are not enjoying or tasting to the taste it is. So you stay in the moment, correct? Now, what if I have the feeling of I am angry, I'm anxious? What mindfulness will do or will mean in that scenario? So, if I'm feeling angry, the mindful way of depicting this kind of emotion is that I'm noticing it, I'm becoming aware of it, I'm becoming alert. I'm not judging. I'm labeling it that I'm getting angry. Okay. Now, when I'm saying I'm not judging, so there's a difference between noticing and judging. So I will explain that thing. So I'm saying that I'm angry. So I'm being mindful that I took a pause and I'm saying, I'm noticing, I'm accepting that I'm getting angry. I'm labeling it to, yes, I'm getting angry. And I'm taking a pause, stopping there. And what I will be doing that, okay, with this kind of emotion, what are the physical sensations I'm experiencing? Because I have noticed, I have labeled, right? When I have noticed and labeled that I'm getting angry, I'm angry, the physical sensations I'm focusing on that this emotion is doing what physical sensation. That is, my muscles are getting tight. My facial expressions are changing. So I have shifted my focus from the emotion of anger to my physical sensation, what is resulting through that emotion. So in that way, when I'm noticing, it becomes a temporary state and it will fade out, because psychologically I am distancing my feeling of anger to how my physical sensation is working. So it is kind of a passive approach. Now, suppose if I'm anxious, say I do not know how my presentation will go today, right? I'm worrying, I'm nervous, like that. So if I'm judging it, instead of noticing, I'm judging it, I'm evaluating it. And when I'm evaluating it and judging it, I'm asking my mind, and it keeps on going in my mind repeatedly. Oh, I don't know my presentation, how it will go. Will I do good, or all that thing? So I already have an emotion of anxiety, nervousness. And then when I'm saying, I don't know whether it will go good or not, I'm adding another emotion to it of self-doubt. Correct? Or I am saying I'm weak. So instead of fading out your already emotion of nervousness and anxiety, you have added another layer of it, of another negative emotion. So you are not going to be feeling the way you should be feeling at that way, because you have started evaluating. Now you should be evaluating at the end of the day, doing the self-reflection. Yes, I do not have to go there. I'm capable of it. Why this emotion came. But at that particular moment, you have to be compassionate to yourself. You take a pause. You stop right there, and, the temporary state will go. Does it make any sense to you to stay in mindfulness? Take a deep breath. So what it does, it calms your mind, because you have noticed and put a full stop there. And you're working on your sensations which are resulting with it, right? It is reducing your stress, correct? Because that emotion has become now faded. It has not gone, but it has faded. And you are becoming emotionally balanced. You're not letting those negative emotions weigh you down. You have taken the passive approach of stopping that particular emotion at that particular time without judging it. Okay. So one of the ways of doing that is you do the meditation, right? That is one of the ways. Or you take a deep breath and control your emotions. Don't let your emotions take a control of you. Okay. So whichever way it works for you, what you have to keep in mind is that don't let those negative emotions control your moment. Okay. Now, the next and very important thing comes is stay in soul consciousness. Now, when we started this session, we said, what is inner self? Many of you said soul, right? So what is soul? Soul is consciousness, your inner being, right? It's a point of light. So soul consciousness, let's understand what that you have to stay in soul consciousness means that you are playing a role through a body. We say that everything starts inside, right? It is not starting from the outside, it is starting from the inside. So the inside is doing the work through this body, correct? So the soul consciousness means you stay in your inner being whose qualities are what? Peace, love, purity, giving respect, giving regard, correct? Now, when you see it as a physical body, now with the physical body, you should treat this as a tool with which you are working. So you have five senses. You see, you hear, you watch, you talk. From these five senses, all these five vices come: the anger, right? The envy, the stress, the fear. All those things are coming when you are becoming body conscious. So when you have a different view or a conflict situation, you stay in your soul consciousness. That means you return yourself to your inner core personality, which is peace and love. And when you do that, you are going to be radiating those inner qualities outside and helping and motivating the other person to return to his or her inner qualities. These five vices are acquired. They are acquired from your physical body. You do not want to have those five vices. You have to keep returning back to your inner core personality, which is peace and love. So if there is an argument or a conflict, you start going yourself deep into the soul consciousness, and that's when you will not react or respond in unhappy way, right? And when you do that, the other person may be shouting or arguing or like this, will think that, oh my gosh, she or he is not responding to me. After a while, will calm down. It is not easy because we live in the physical world, right? And we react immediately. So we need to practice to stay in the soul consciousness. Think yourself as a soul and see the other person also as a soul. When you see the other person also as a soul, then even though there are these acquired qualities of, anger, envy, jealousy, all those are more visible, you are still looking their core qualities, which are peace and love. So you practice to stay in soul consciousness. You practice to see the other person also as a soul, and that will change the whole environment from unhappiness to the happiness, from stress to calm. It will not come that easily. It needs a practice. It's a process because you are developing a new habit. It doesn't come just like that. Correct? So you can think that way to make it more understandable. Let's say we are saying that we are a soul playing a role through our physical body. So our physical body is kind of a vehicle. It's a tool. Correct? You are the driver. So no matter how strong your car vehicle is, how beautiful it is, if the driver is not calm or peaceful, what will happen? You may end up in some mishap, right? Isn't it? So you, your inner being, which is soul, whose qualities are love and peace, have to stay calm. Your mind is working like a steering wheel. So whichever thought we are, now and then we are like, getting it, and we are not correcting it, and we are not making a pause, then the mind, which is a steering wheel, it is going in that direction. Don't we say that your mind is right now wild? Calm down, control your mind, right? So your mind is a steering wheel. You do not want to steer into a ditch, correct? So what you're doing, you're bringing your intellect, your reasoning. That is working as a GPS. It is navigating you to the right direction. So we saw that whole inner cycle, right? We have to break that cycle. So your intellect is working as a handbrake or a GPS, navigating you to the right direction. So you, as a soul, always remaining in that understanding that you are a soul playing a role through this physical body. You see the other person as a soul, then you look for those qualities in that soul as well. So slowly and slowly, you will become more calm. Maybe out of 10 times, maybe 6 times you shouted or end up in an unhappy environment. But if you have even gained 2 times, that means you are progressing. That is, you are in a right path. And then sooner you will reach 5, 6, 7, and then it will become your habit that you will not react that way, no matter how the person behaves with you. So this is a very, very important tool to stay positive. It removes your wasteful thoughts, because when you end up in argument, what happens is all the things which happened in the past, oh, you are like this, you always do this, you're this, all those wasteful thoughts come. And then the situation becomes even more intense. So what it is doing, if you're not staying in soul consciousness, you are having so many wasteful thoughts. So when you stay in the soul consciousness, you are removing wasteful thoughts and you are getting inner stability, right? Now, when your mind is stable, mind is calm, then the solutions do come. But if your mind is going all the directions, then even if the solution is right in front of you, you will not be able to see it. Correct? So when you see, like another example, I can relate this soul consciousness to, that when we watch any movie or something and there is a bad character and doing, playing a role of that character, do we get angry when you watch a movie? Temporary, you are angry why he is doing, but then it goes away, right? It's a temporary moment when you're watching it, right? And why it doesn't stay with you? Because you know that that person is just playing a role. So when I see the other person as a soul playing a role through the physical body, I will think that the anger at that time, or the not happy like conflicts or argument, is that soul is playing a role. That is not his or her quality. So that understanding and awareness will keep me calm, and it will radiate that energy to that soul to return to their own personal, core qualities. which is not easy. I don't say that it is very easy. And it is not easy when it is with your loved ones. For the third, fourth person, okay, that's okay. It's temporary. I don't care. But when you are so much close loved ones, then you get affected a lot. And that's where this soul consciousness plays a very, very important role to keep your temperament down. Okay. So we saw setting a goal, doing the self-talk after that, which gives you direction of the day or months or the years and all. And then we should be thankful for what we have. Don't keep complaining so that you see the good things. You are filtering your waste thoughts, negative thoughts, and be mindful, be at present. Do not dwell into the past. That is gone. And do not worry for the future and stay in the soul consciousness. But when we started with all the inner self, it all starts with your thoughts, because thoughts are the beginning of every creation, correct? So we need to pay attention to our thoughts. We need to have an ability to think on our own thinking. Now, I have listed 3 techniques. All these 3 techniques results in the same thing, whether you call it reframing, thought of awareness, or positive affirmation. So let's take the first one, the reframing technique. So when a negative thought comes, you catch it, you take a pause, you see whether it is true all the time, and then you reframe it. So an example I will give you in this. So as I'm an educator, so before an exam, one of my students came to me and said that, Ms. Gupta, I'm going to fail this exam. And I said, and he kept on repeating this, I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail, I do not know. And I said, stop, stop, stop. He said, no, I'm going to fail. And I said, okay, did you fail every time? He said, no, I didn't fail the last exam. I did good. And I said, that means you do not fail all the time, right? So you check your negative thought and you reframe it. Yes, I passed the last test. I have practiced enough. I will do my best. If you keep repeating this thought in your mind, I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail, I'm going to fail, whatever you have practiced and learned, you're going to forget. And of course, you will fail. Because that's all is going in your mind at that moment. Your mind is forgetting what you learned. So I said, take a pause, take deep breath, and concentrate on, focus on what you have practiced. Remember what you did, practice what you learned, and then take an exam. And then he did pass. So after that incident, he will talk with me after every class. And he had taken that course, I think the 3rd time. The 2 times prior to that, he failed. And that's where that belief sat in him that I'm not going to pass this course. And I said, see, you have taken a step that you are capable of. That's why you have signed up for this course for the 3rd time. Right? So you have a belief. It's only that you have to have a control on your belief to make it happen. So this is, I think, 4 or 5 years back, this incident happened. And every time he will come and talk with me. And on the last day of the semester, he said to me, Ms. Gupta, what are you doing here? You have really inspired me, and you should be a motivational speaker. And when Sister Jenna asked me after 4 or 5 years that, Anju, I want you to give that positive thinking talk, it reminded me of that incident. And this is, I have 4 or 5 students who said that to me. So what did I do? I just made them to believe in their own capability. I didn't study for them, but I brought back their self-confidence. And that's how they passed the course. So you can only guide it. And then you have to take the step. You have to take your journey. Right? So this is a reframing technique that catch whenever the negative thought comes and check it, evaluate it, that it is always true or not. And then reframe it. The other one is thought awareness. So the thought which has come to you, think that, is it uplifting you or draining you? If I'm saying, oh, I am going to fail, is it uplifting you? No, it is not. So correct it. So whenever the thought comes to you as a negative thought, you are becoming aware of that and you are stopping right there. And then you are reframing it or giving the positive affirmation to yourself. Okay, I failed this time, but this doesn't define me. I will learn more. I am not going to quit. I'm capable of. Instead of, oh, I cannot do it, I just quit. So whether you say positive affirmation or you say thought awareness or you say reframing technique, all these 3 techniques are giving you chance to think on your own thoughts. Check them, correct them, and then reframe to the positive affirmation. And that is what is going to uplift you. It is not going to drain you. Because when you are drained, your mind is tired. And when mind is tired, it doesn't have an ability to think right. Do you want your mind to be tired? No. So that's what you have to do. So the few thought exercises, though, we have already discussed. Any of these emotions have you ever felt? Nothing works for me. No one likes me or appreciate. I'm not good enough. These are very small, thoughts. What do you do? What do these emotions give you when these emotions come? Self-doubt, unhappiness. These are uplifting you? No. So how you're going to handle these? How will you change this old pattern? You are changing in positive thought, that you are making a stop right when that thought is coming. You are catching that thought and correcting it, that no, this is not me. Okay, this time it didn't happen, but this doesn't define me. Right? I'm on a driver's seat. I am the one who has to control. The situations are only stimulus. They should not be overpowering me. So that's how you will be talking to yourself. And in the process, you become self-compassionate as well. Right? Okay. Have you ever had a day when everything was going wrong and your thoughts made it even worse? Wow. Any other sharing? Anyone had this kind of a situation? Yes. So what did you do? How did you handle it? Sleep. Think about the next day. That's a good thing. Yes. What do you do? Notice it and then you correct it? Anyone else? Correct. Yes. But in that particular moment, how do you handle? The next day will be a new day. You sleep, it's okay. What you do? It is. Yes, it is one of those days. Don't stress. Take a deep breath and relax yourself, and you will find a way. May not be the best way, but you will find a way to deal with that situation in that particular moment. And I will share one of my experiences. So normally I do get out of my house like for my work. I'm an educator, so I leave well in time that I have 15-20 minutes before my class. But that day I woke up late, and it was I just in time I got ready, and I'm driving, and just 10 minutes to my college the accident happened. And the traffic was moving, but slowly. And I'm thinking, okay, I may reach, I may reach. I'm thinking that. Okay. And then what happened was the traffic was standstill. And I'm panicking. I'm panicking, okay? And when the accident happened, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this has to happen today only when I'm so late. And for that day, I had planned to give an activity to my students. I had to print it out, and I didn't print it out earlier. I thought I will have 15-20 minutes. I will just go and print it out and give it to them. And I didn't print it out. So I didn't plan that thing. So I'm stressing that what my students are going to do. And I'm very particular about no latecomers in my class. And I'm thinking that now they will think, oh my gosh, she doesn't like us to be late, and she is late, whether she is coming or she is not coming. All those things are going in my mind. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this has had to happen today only. And I'm stressing. And when the traffic was standstill, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do, what my students are going to think, and they will think this, and all those things were coming. And then I realized, are these thoughts helping me? No, I have to find some solution. Okay. So the first thing was it struck me, let me call my program manager that, you can tell my students that I'm running late. There was an accident. I called her. She was in a meeting. And I said, okay, good. This has also had to happen that day. Then I called one of my very good colleague that, okay, I will tell her and she can communicate that. She had her class, so she also didn't pick up the phone. And I'm panicking. Really, I was panicking. And I was panicking and I was stressed, thinking that what the students are going to think about me. That she didn't inform, she wants us to be there, and we do not know whether she is coming. What are we going to do, and all that stuff. And then I stopped right there and I said, no, this is not helping. I have to look. And when I calm myself, then I realized the traffic is standstill. We have a Blackboard companion site, and my activity was already uploaded there, and I can send the announcement there. So since traffic was standstill, I went on my phone and I posted an announcement, and the notification goes as an email. So even one student see, because everyone has their phone, and if the teacher is not there, they might be looking at their phone, right? So I said, even one student see that announcement, it will serve my purpose that I have communicated. Now it is up to them to stay, do or not. And guess what? When I reached the class, everyone was working on that activity. And I felt so good. So this gives me the lesson that Yes, everything is going bad. I couldn't find my program manager, I couldn't find my colleague, and the traffic is standstill, and all those emotions and everything. But then I corrected myself. I stopped that this is not helping me. I should think this way, and it worked out. Yes. Correct. Yeah. So that's what we say, that when you are in a right mindset, the solutions will come. And when will you be in the right mindset? When you're emotionally balanced, when you are not letting your negative emotions weigh you down, drifts you down. And that's when you can, look for the solutions. Solutions may not be the best one, but they will be appropriate for that particular moment. Okay, so we have learned all these things. Whichever works, whichever scenario, what works best, that you should be doing it. But what we should be doing on a daily basis, we cannot stop thinking because mind keeps thinking, right? But what we can ask daily is, how many out of the thousands of thoughts daily are pure, uplifting, positive, and comfortable? That should be our daily check that we can do, right? What will be the aim in doing that daily check? That my mind, I'm disciplining it to think positively. Okay. I'm creating a new habit to replace my old pattern. I'm making a new memory bank so that my soul consciousness nourish that new pattern. It overrides my old pattern. And I stay in soul consciousness. Especially it helps when there is a conflict in the view, because that's where both parties lose their temperament. And that's where staying in soul consciousness is a very, very good tool to practice. So remember, mind is your garden. Thoughts are your seeds, correct? And you, the soul, is the gardener. So plant your thoughts with, plant your seeds with intentional thoughts, right? Positive thoughts. Nourish them with kindness, because that gives you happiness, right? Nourish them with kindness, and then you will see that your life is blooming. Okay. So we will do 4 or 5 minutes meditation to go inside of our inner self, to see who we are, what we should focus on, and then I will do the closing. Okay.
I allow the body to sit quietly. I become aware of the many different energies that make up life. As the body sits quietly, I'm aware of the physical, the biological energies of this valuable instrument of mine. For a little while, I would like to turn my attention away from my physical energies and focus my energy inwards. Consciously, I allow this physical instrument of mine to let go of the tension in the muscles, my feet, my legs, my back, my arms, my shoulders, my neck, and even the muscles in my face. I let go of the tension of hanging on, and everything becomes calm and relaxed. Now, instead of looking outwards, I allow my mind to look within. Seeing the world outside, I choose for a few moments not to see it. I let the sounds of the external world fade into the background so that they are no longer a distraction. And on the screen of my mind, I visualize a point of light. I can locate this point of light specifically. As the body sits quietly, I become aware of the life force, the source of life, in the center of my forehead, just behind. This is who I am. I am a point of eternal light. In this awareness of my eternal form, I gather the full force of my energy within. I know I am the master of this physical instrument. I can now direct the way in which my physical senses function, what it is I see through these eyes, what it is I choose to communicate through my lips, even what it is I wish to absorb from the information coming to me through my ears. I, the being of light, the eternal soul, am the creator. I, this point of infinitesimal energy, am the master. Becoming aware of this, I am able to send out light and life throughout this physical body, and use this body for that which is constructive, that which is filled with goodness.
Okay, so we are going to close this session with my concluding remarks. Positive thinking is not being perfect, it is being aware of. You don't have to be perfect. You have to, it's a process. It takes time, right? You have to choose your journey. It's about choosing the thoughts which lifts you, which supports you rather than limit you. Okay. Small shifts in thinking. You have to just do the small shifts, like from positive to from negative to positive. You can see there's lots of changes in your life. It will create big impact towards your life. As I said, it's not easy. It is a process. You're developing a new habit. You're creating a new habit. So you have to be consistent. It's an exercise. It's a mind exercise. Like you do the physical exercise and you stop working, then, you go back to the zero again. So same thing this one is. You have to practice it consistently. It's a mind exercise. And in that process, you have to be kind to yourself. You have to be self-compassionate. You don't have to criticize yourself with the negativity. You have to be kind. As I said, it's a process. It doesn't come right away. Positive thinking, you can think them as rituals or the behaviors which you repeat again and again, right? To evoke happiness, to evoke calmness. Like sometimes we do the ritual of going to church every Sunday. Why? Because it gives us happiness, right? We go to temple every Thursday. Why? Because it gives us happiness. We are evolving that. So you can think that positive thinking as the ritual or the behavior which you should do and which promotes calmness. So the final word, when your thoughts and feelings are what? Your inner world, right? Your words and actions are your outer world, correct? So when your inner world and the outer world become more alike, so what you're thinking inside, that's what you are acting outside, because that's what defines your character. That's what shapes your character. Then it leads to a feeling of wholeness and being at peace with inner self, ourself. So I thank you to Brahma Kumari's Meditation Museum to give me this opportunity. And I thank you all who have taken your precious time out here to explore this important aspect of our life, positive thinking, the purpose of life. I hope you enjoyed the session. And even if you have taken one idea from this session, which can help you to take that first step, I will feel that this session has done some work. Thank you.